experienced the profound impact of meditation firsthand. Inspired by its benefits, he now leads meditation and mindfulness sessions for hospital staff, fostering emotional resilience, teamwork, and a more compassionate approach to patient care.
Experience for me is the way I react to situations or to my colleagues is completely changed. So previously, whenever I remember my students, always I used to remember the complaints part of them. But now, whenever I remember them, I'm just filled up with the gratitude.
Nagendra Prasad, a cloud solution architect at Microsoft, transformed his approach to work through meditation. Overcoming stress and future anxieties, he cultivated perseverance and clarity, strengthening team collaboration and elevating his performance. Now, he shares this practice by facilitating meditation in organizations.
After I started doing meditation, I started learning how to be in present and how to enjoy a day-to-day life being in present. It really helped me, and initially for me to sit for a meditation for 2-3 minutes was very difficult, and I started practicing meditation every day 30 minutes regularly, and with this practice I was able to reduce my stress, anxiety, and I become confident and my fear is gone.
K. Bobby, a counselor and an assistant returning officer at Vellore Corporation, manages diverse social challenges in her role. Meditation has empowered her with clarity, resilience, and ease in decision making. Feeling energized throughout the day, she now shares this practice by teaching in organizations and institutions.
Municipal councillor plus Rotary Club Angel President Lions Club social welfare இந்த 2 வருஷத்துல வந்து நான் கவுன்சிலர் ஆகி 2 வருஷம் ஆகுது. இந்த 2 வருஷத்துல நடக்காததெல்லாம் இப்போ ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா நடக்குது. அப்புறம் நான் என்னுடைய சொந்த செலவுல மக்கள் கஷ்டப்படும் போது நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நான் செய்ய ஆரம்பிச்சேன். இது இந்த 1 இயரா வந்து ரொம்ப நல்லா ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியா நான் வந்து ஃபேஸ் பண்றேன். எவ்வளவு பிரச்சனை இருந்தாலும் அதை வந்து ரொம்ப ஜாலியா ஹேண்டில் பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கு.
Suresh Kulbargi, CEO and Director of CTDI India, is dedicated to serving society through meditation. By bringing mindfulness to corporates, educational institutions, police departments, and prisons, he is fostering inner well-being, conscious leadership, and a culture of service.
I have been practicing meditation and spiritual principles in my corporate affair as well as my personal life ever since 2009 when I met Patriji and got into meditation. I have seen immense benefit and growth in terms of my personal enrichment of life as well as my social and corporate sector as well as the financial life is concerned, right? So I have seen growth in every aspect and richness and abundance in every area of my life.
The greatest organizations aren't built on strategy alone. They are powered by focused minds, resilient leaders, and inspired teams. Meditation is not just a wellness practice. It's the foundation of excellence. Companies that embrace mindfulness don't just survive, they lead. They innovate. They transform. Are you ready to unlock the true potential of your organization? The journey begins within.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, as in movies they say, right, how is the Josh? Hi. I'm hearing only a couple of voices. Hi, okay. Thank you. So, you might have got a hint of what we are going to deal now. It's all about organization excellence, right? And we have today Madam Lawrence Gahar Jolly, where she will be dwelling on resilience, inclusion, and growth through meditation practices. Okay, so Lawrence, are you able to hear us?
Yes, and you? Can you hear me?
All right, video, please.
Can you hear me?
Hi,
okay?
Lawrence.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. So Lawrence is an experienced senior general manager who successfully managed multiple large global organizations in IBM. She lived in France, Singapore, and USA. In 2019, she became the corporate sponsor of Mindfulness at IBM and introduced meditation to thousands of leaders and professionals. Lawrence then decided to settle in France and devote time to promoting meditation through co-funding the Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. She is a wife, a mother, and is committed to supporting people with disabilities. Over to you, Lawrence.
Hello, everyone. I wish I could be with all of you in Delhi. You can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, I have heard a lot in the last 2 days and especially today. So I will not repeat all the learnings you got, but share with you how, as a general manager, having the chance to have met Chandra in India about 9 years ago, as I was doing an acquisition for IBM and for my own business unit, I was introduced to meditation. I knew nothing about it, really nothing. I thought it was just a way of doing nothing. So I was going from far away. And the benefits I enjoyed so fast motivated me as an executive leader with influence in IBM and, of course, on my own team to share this experience, these benefits, and have people more happy in my organization, as well as being more performing inside the organization. So I could, at that time, with a performing business unit, convince other leaders and business units to do the same and start doing mindfulness and meditation. So I will share with you some learning about this journey. The first, of course, that everybody wants in a business is at the same time having our self-growth and at the same time having a good impact on the organization. And self-growth is at all levels of the organization because we want to enjoy what we are doing. We want also to get promoted. We want to make more money. We want to have an influence on the world. We want to make a difference. Many things that will make us feel we are growing ourselves. And optimum impact for the organization when we do that is, of course, having happier customers and stakeholders, investors, and so on. Being able to motivate and inspire teams and peers. Of course, it's very helpful for people management. We can have real impact on how we can change the process in the organization and be more agile so we can be more effective and resilient. So that's all the things that motivates a business unit and an organization to look for ways to improve this overall ecosystem. And meditation for me was the key for that. It was the key to get to the perfect power that I call the power of awareness. For me, the revelation of meditation was really to become aware. It looks like simple, and you heard a lot about it. But, well, you are in a meeting, right, with colleagues, whatever the kind of profession you have. Somebody is making a remark about you, maybe criticizing what you have just done. Well, in the past, I would feel like a 12 years old, losing all my means, not knowing what to do, maybe even willing to cry. After meditation, I could really have this freedom between what happened and my response. And in this little instant where you can have control on your emotion, on yourself, when you know yourself, and you remember that you are an adult with expertise and you can absolutely handle this situation calmly with a real response. So when you have this ability in all situations, at all levels of the organization, it creates a complete different atmosphere, a climate, and a culture that is, empowering everyone, engaging everyone in the organization and for themselves. That's what I call mindful leadership. And I will share, 3 main learning for me, for my own practice as a general manager, as well as for the thousands of people I was able to introduce meditation to. And the first one was about emotional intelligence. We talk a lot about, intellectual, quotient or intelligence quotient, but emotional quotient is, very key in any organization. And this is just, possible to grow for yourself with the power of meditation. Because you learn this awareness, you learn to identify your own emotion, and you learn also how to identify what people around you are feeling. You can really feel them feeling, and you can, of course, understand their emotion and their needs. I have seen so many meetings, for instance, where, the worst case was, you are in a meeting with clients or with stakeholders or even with colleagues, and people are talking to clients, but they are watching their phone every 2 minutes. The problem here is that they don't even realize that they are doing it. They are not aware. Okay? And when you are in a room like that and you have practiced meditation and mindfulness and you see somebody doing it, including if it's your own boss talking to your client, you feel very bad because you are at that time, thanks to meditation, very aware of what's going on and very aware of the irritation that the client is starting to grow because it doesn't feel like he's taken care of. And the key of this is not judging about it. It's just that the person who is doing this, watching the phone, is not aware, is not conscious about it. So this kind of things is very key when you meditate. You learn these skills of being aware and you grow your emotional intelligence, your empathy. You listen better, you communicate better. Of course, it builds relationship more easily. You are also much more aware of multicultural differences and you can benefit from them. You have this intelligence which make a global job, enjoyable, but also much more productive. Of course, people feel more empowered. And at the end of the day, you can use productive management. Instead of being the bossy boss, always authoritative, you can select consciously, thanks to your practice of meditation, what kind of style of management will I use with this sub-team? Or in this situation, there is an outage, emergency, I will be authoritative and give order. There is the decision to make to be more effective on this process. I will be a democratic manager. There is a newcomer in the team. I will be the coach manager. So all of this, again, is coming together. I could see more collaboration between the countries because I had so many. I had, 60 countries to manage at the same time for the same goal. Of course, when a country is sleeping and needs, to wake up at 2 a.m. because another one at the end of the world need the help, you have this collaboration, that has to be deep, deep in the culture of everyone in the team. And that's what I could see meditation practice and mindfulness bring to my own team. So emotional intelligence, I encourage everyone to learn more about this. The second one, and we heard a lot, about it actually, in the previous speakers, but how do you apply that to organization? We talk a lot about growth mindset. We have 2 ways of looking at learning. And this is just basic belief system that we were given by our own, parents or grandparents our environment and teachers. You know, the fixed mindset as a belief is that you were born with your own talent. You were born with your own, you know, skills, inherent skills. And it comes with the family. This family was always good in music, so you will be good in music. But we were never good at mathematics, so you will not be good at mathematics. It comes with your birth. So that's a lot of people, you know, believing this is true. And that, you know, they're going to be good because my mom was good at that, or because I was told I am good at that, and I will never be able to go on stage and, you know, talk to people and be a speaker. Well, we all have some fixed mindset. And the key, you know, as a mindful leader is first to realize that you can become more of a growth mindset instead of stay in your fixed mindset, and you can take new challenge. But in addition, for your own sake, you also help people understand that they can go away from their own fixed mindset and develop a growth mindset. And a growth mindset is what we think. And we heard, you know, this morning about, you know, all the neurons we can use and train with practice. We can do whatever we want if we make the effort, if we practice it. We are not fixed. You know, our brain, our neuroplasticity allows us to do, you know, infinite possibilities. And I have, thanks to that, see people understand better that, okay, it's okay to fail. I fail, I learn, I move to something else, for instance. You know, it's good to have mentoring, because some people will give me more advice on how to grow. Where did I, where did I fail? Why? You know, how to change that and not repeat it, and how to maybe learn a new skills to be better at that. I have also seen people completely changing, you know, their career. You know, I have seen assistants, okay, working for a boss and being bored to become, you know, salespeople, and very good salespeople, very organized because they were assistant. But they took the step with confidence that they could speak in front of someone. You know, they had done it forever, but without realizing that it could become, you know, really a growth opportunity for them. I have seen people that were told, you will never leave India. You know, you will work in India, you are in Bangalore, you will stay in Bangalore, but taking jobs outside of India, and jobs sometimes not exactly the way they were doing in India, but in new challenges, and be very happy about it. So when you are a mindful leader, because you have applied this to yourself, you can help people also, you know, do that for themselves. And we heard this morning for the kids and the adolescents, I mean the teenagers. That's the best gift that parents can give to their kids. It's developing for them this growth mindset. Okay, they start learning bicycle, they fall, but yes, you can do it, and congratulate them and encourage them. Okay, you don't think you sing very well, except in your shower? Well, you can try. Join the choral at the school. Okay, and just help as parents to congratulate the effort, to help on the failure, and to encourage to go further. So that's very key, and you can get tremendous progress inside a team with new skills, new capabilities. Of course, I was in the IT, business, so the technology is changing all the time. So you need people to change fast and to accept new challenges. Otherwise, at some point they will be obsolete. So it's critical, it's vital for a mindful leader to realize that it's possible to take somebody from here and move them to there. I had to. This was this was something that was for me life-changing. This is something I was sharing with everybody. This is how you become from a victim without even being conscious that you are feeling a victim. You will never pronounce, I am a victim. but actually you are feeling one, to becoming an explorer. As an example, after working with Chandra in India and having a tremendous year, of course, he had taught me meditation. We were, encouraging people to learn how to meditate and discover mindfulness, and our organization was working super well. So I was so happy after 1 year like that, our results were over the roof. And suddenly my big boss come to me in the middle of a conference and say, okay, in January, you had a tremendous year. In January, you are going to do another job. Oh, but I don't want to leave my other job. So before meditation, I would be kind of disappointed, frustrated, everything like, why is it happening to me? Did I do something wrong? Instead of that, thanks to meditation, the only thing that came to my mind is, wow, that's a new adventure. What is the universe, willing me to do? These new experiences, new people, new challenges. So you help people and yourself, changing your reaction in front of every situation as, I'm not a victim. There is something I need to learn here. And there is probably, something that will lead me to something else. So let's explore and let's take the most of it, make the most of it. And that's how the mindful leader can progress and, take the company, the organization with him or her. The last one I want to share is, a very important concept about unconscious bias. And I know I talked already about that in few meetings, but it's very dear to my heart because it was also, a discovery for me that was made possible by meditation. Because you need to be aware that you have really, everybody has unconscious biases. They will admit it or not. They will discover it thanks to meditation or never, if they don't do the effort. But we have the key to understand in unconscious bias. You see about gender, race, religion, even the weight, the name, the beauty of people. In an organization, you may lose great opportunity of hiring some people because you have this in mind. And science has shown it's true. One of the funny things, for instance, is that, you see this cartoon about, the big guy and the small guy. Well, it was studied that in the US population, only 14.5%, 14.5% of all men, the men, are about 6 feet and over. Okay? But in a Fortune 500, it's 60%, actually 58% who are above 6 feet high. Well, why? And I remember one of my leaders at some point, he was not 6 feet, but he told me, well, I will never be a senior VP, or I will never be the CEO. And I say, why are you saying that? You are like 45, you are, thriving, you are very intelligent, smart, you are a great manager. He said, because I am too short. He was a US guy. And I am too short, so nobody will give me a chance to go so far. So, this is unconscious bias. And we have to work, to resolve them in a sense, or to limit their impact. This other cartoon is me in front of my manager when I was, something like 35 years old. My manager at that time wanted me well. He wanted me to be, happy and have job satisfaction. But the only thing he was seeing in me was I had 2 young kids. So how could he give me a risky job or challenging job or a job where I needed traveling? On the other hand, on my side, I had the appetite for it and I was organized for it. My husband was okay. I had the people helping me and I wanted to try something new. So unconscious bias, usually, when we are conscious, are against our value. We will say, well, I am for diversity, of course. I want to help women to thrive. But when you are confronted to real life, suddenly these unconscious biases are coming back. And you will react differently in front of a woman asking for a new challenge than in front of a man asking for a new challenge. And it does apply to men and women. So it's something that you will learn as a mindful leader that will be facilitated, if I may, by meditating and being aware. This ongoing mindfulness that helps you stay aware. And for the organization, it's really critical because I have seen so many organizations where teams are like all the same people. They come from the same school or the same place or the same type. They think the same way. How can you innovate? That's also an unconscious bias, is to hire people that looks like you. Or, this confirmation bias, which is, well, I have an idea. I think it's a great idea. What do? Unconsciously, I collect all information that is going in the same way that I think. So I will be able to demonstrate I'm right. Instead of asking, for instance, my team for various opinions. And the more my team is diverse, the more I will get different opinions, and we can make a real good decision for the organization. And that's how we innovate. We cannot innovate when we have, conformity or confirmation bias and so on. So a mindful leader at all levels of organization needs to be aware of this. And when you have the emotional intelligence growing, the growth mindset growing, this unconscious bias more in control and people aware, then you can have an organization embracing inclusiveness, the real one.
Lawrence,
Yes?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'd like to conclude if possible. Sorry for coming in because since there is an important session.
Yeah. It is my last one.
Thank you.
So everybody here can do it. Introduce meditation to your organization. My advice here, leverage enterprise programs. Try to be inside all the programs. It can be communication, leadership, whatever you can find. And always measure benefits. That's how you will make your way up to the top, by demonstrating that, by introducing mindfulness and meditation, you have increased employee satisfaction, results, anything you can find, to convince people to keep going and scale meditation in organization. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lawrence. She is the co-founder for Buddha Sea Quantum Foundation. Amazing master. She read 50 books as soon as she came into this path. And then removed all limiting beliefs and then done tremendous work in IBM Corporation, which is one of the bases for how Buddha Sea Quantum Foundation formed. We did a lot of work there. And then from there, we said, this is very scientific. We got to bring this here. The leaders are responding there. They respond everywhere. So ever grateful to her in supporting this cause. And so together, me, Vani Madam, and then Lawrence, were able to come together and found this and then doing this work. So thank you, Lawrence, once again. We'll see you later again.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to everyone.
Okay.
Good afternoon, dear friends and masters. I'm Sonal Doshi, and going to have the privilege to be your host for the rest of the evening, along with Namita Singh, that we already had the pleasure to be with yesterday. We have a great sessions planned for you. Hope everybody had wonderful sattvic food with very high energy. One who has control over the mind is tranquil in heat or cold, in pleasure and pain, and in honor and dishonor, and is ever steadfast with the Supreme Self and the Divine Self. We're so fortunate to know that today we have a research talk all the way from gentleman, Mr. Aaron Beck, who's here from Switzerland for all of us. Big round of applause for Mr. Aaron Beck. Mr. Aaron Berg, founder of All Here organization and the World Meditation League, bridges meditation with science and technology. Collaborating with top institutions, he researches deep meditative states using EEG, ECG, and fMRI. A devoted practitioner, he integrates Eastern traditions, pioneering studies on silent and explosive meditation for scientific validation and social impact. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to come and be with us. A very warm welcome, and over to you. Let me know if I can help you.
Hello. Small hiccup.
As we heard this morning, how meditation is so simple, and as we've had research sessions, all of you who attended, so we learned about science, and that's what we're going to learn further ahead. And whoever has not watched the research sessions that happened, please be sure to watch it online.
Please switch to the laptop, please. Display. So you just have a JPEG, is it? You have slides also?
Yeah. Can I have the switch?
You have slides? This is not slide, this is just a JPEG.
This is correct.
This is a PDF.
This is correct. I just need to change the slides.
You give that, okay, 1 second. You can't operate like this.
This one. And do I go back this way? Thank you.
You can't do full screen. Okay, try. They are doing from there. They are doing from there.
Namaste. Thank you. We have a lot of distractions in today's modern age. But I would like to start with going back a few thousand years ago when sage Patanjali has given us an instruction. He has famously defined the way of yoga by saying, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. He was talking about the reduction of these fluctuations until you reach the cessation. Essentially, he was leading us to a silent mind, a mind that is free of distractions, he was calling for an undivided presence. Nowadays, we have the modern world filled with technology companies that are fighting to steal your attention. They want to take your mind, divide it into 1,000 things so that you don't belong to yourself anymore. There is a competition to take your mind and everybody's mind, that we can be drained, have no resources at all. And that causes a lot of problems. And in fact, it becomes not an attention economy, but a distraction economy. So we need to go back and regain the self-capital. How do we do that? Again, the way of yoga is showing us the way. How? It says, bind your consciousness on one spot. And then do this one directional flow. Until you are all here. Nothing there. Nothing. All here. I'll tell you a few words about our organization. It's based on 3 pillars. We developed the practice that is focused on this one directionality, and moving towards silence. In the science, we do very extensive research, analytical understanding, and developing a tracker, how to track the mind moving towards silence. And we use technological means such as the brain imaging technology, the brain-computer interfaces, in order to track how the mind is moving towards silence. These are our 3 main pillars. And how do we measure that? The fluctuations. We use advanced brain imaging technology. Normally we use the advanced EEG systems that are tracking the brain activity And we can see through this technology how the fluctuations of the mind are and how we reduce the mind wandering. I will show you some examples and how we do this. Here you have examples of two different types of practitioners. We have been fortunate enough to capture what is this becoming one with your meditation and becoming undivided. Here you will see on this graph and on that graph in black, it is this peak. This is the alpha waves that are natural in all human beings when you close your eyes. And the purpose in meditation, when you direct your attention in this one directional flow, then you reduce this mountain. So this peak needs to be reduced. You can see, for example, in people that are practicing Anapanasati from the Theravada Buddhist perspective, they have the reduction of this mountain. And the purpose is, this is what's called alpha suppression. We have identified it thanks to a long 3-year research in Switzerland with several universities, University of Geneva, the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology. We work with a brain imaging company in Berlin and Germany, and also we collaborate with Asvayasa University in Bangalore. And we have done a lot of experiments, and it is now pretty clear that we can measure for the first time the mind wandering. We can get in the mind of the person and to really see what is he doing in his meditation. The alpha suppression reflects this focal attention, that you start to see things at the very, very small things. That you go to this very advanced, to the silence where you can see things. And they... Yeah, I'm going to run through because there's a little bit of a matter of time. So famous neuroscientist Lopes da Silva, he has published, and it's generally accepted in global neuroscience, that the alpha suppression is the marker of focal attention. I'll move on. This is some other examples, how the mountain is reducing, indicating how we're tracking the reduction of thoughts. And this is how it works in terms of how we figured out the basis of quantified meditation by measuring the reduction of mind wandering, achieving stability of this one-pointedness, and reaching the silence. This is the basis of how we can quantify two people who is doing better. And based on this quantification, we can actually say that this meditator is doing this and the other meditator is actually deeper in that. And this allows us to create the world's first meditation contest, because quantified meditation allows us to see how practitioners are training. Are they deep in their practice or not? And thanks to understanding the reduction of mind wandering, we can determine a winner without moving, winning without moving. Yeah. This is how contests used to be. The physical competition, people are fighting, they're blowing each other's brains. But nowadays, thanks to competition in of the sport of the mind, meditation, we don't have to anymore compete with what moves outside. We can move and track what is moving inside. So modern competition of meditation would look like this. And we'd like to announce the meditation challenge. This year we'll see the world's first meditation contest of winning without moving. And I invite everybody to participate in this meditation challenge. This is again how we can see two practitioners. Obviously, this one is beating the other one. The other one is not reducing the mountain so much, so still thoughts, not very deep meditation. Now, meditation should become a professional sport. Why? Because it is a discipline of the highest order, is to be able to train your mind. And it is okay to ask people to make an effort to learn meditation properly. And it is the highest discipline on earth. So we should celebrate it as any other. And this is the end of my presentation. Please let us know how you feel about the meditation challenge. We have worked on this for a very long time with the universities, with the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology. I would like to thank our partners, SVIASA, also University in Bangalore, University of Geneva, the Ant Neuro brain imaging technology in Berlin. And we have announced the expected launch of the World Meditation League last year, but we have now crystallized the technology and the science behind it. So this year will be a very important year that we'll see the world's first meditation contest of winning without moving. Thank you very much for the Buddha CEO organization, because you're promoting the world peace. And through meditation as a sport, by winning without moving, we can truly contribute to building the world peace. Because we no longer need to do this, we don't move.
Thank you, Mr. Eric.
Yes.
Absolutely, you're right.
Thank you very much.
So in the interest of time, we'll facilitate Mr. Eric after the session. Please, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Aaron. We'll have you come back later. Moving forward, if the light of 1,000 suns suddenly arose in the sky, that splendor might be compared to the radiance of the Supreme Spirit, the torchbearer who don't need no introduction, who's been a torchbearer for social change and a world peace to all our hearts, family, and community, and to the entire world. It's my utmost honor to welcome Sister Raj Yogini B.K. Shivani ji. A Raj Yoga meditation practitioner for over 25 years, has empowered millions through her TV program, Awakening with Brahma Kumaris, for 17 plus years. She received the Nari Shakti Purushkar in 2019. Happiness Ambassador Award from UK, and UNESCO's Sustainable Goals Award to 2023, a Goodwill Ambassador for the World Psychiatric Association since 2017. She continues to inspire for positive change. Her book, The Power of One Thought, was released internationally by HarperCollins in 2023. We're so fortunate to have you, ma'am. Welcome, and looking forward to your wisdom this afternoon. Thank you.
Om Shanti. We were just listening to something very fascinating. I was just not listening, but also absorbing with the vibration that we can actually choose a winner in meditation. How many of us would like to be a part of that competition? then we really don't need to wait till actually when that competition is going to be organized. Whether I'm doing my meditation the right way is visible every single day. Every single day. And ideally, I would not want to compete with somebody else, because it would always be in reference to myself. So what I am today, where I am 6 months later, where I am 6 years later, is my personal journey. I may not have reached a stage compared to someone else who's reached a much higher stage, but that should not make me feel as if my meditation is not going the right way. So of course it's beautiful to have that competition, but the comparison should be with the self. Should be with the self. It's like this white dress. If it's all stained, and let's say all of us are wearing white, and all of us have stains on it, everyone's is equally white, which means every soul is pure, divine. But on a journey of birth and death, and then birth and death, and so many situations, and so many different families, and everything that we went through, our stains are different today. Right? Our stains are different today. And leave alone many lifetimes, even this one lifetime will be different from you. So everyone's on a journey of cleaning those stains and reaching that pure divine state. But why that cannot be a competition is because each one's stains are different. And because this stain is different, the process of cleansing will be very different. So let's say, for example, I have only 2 stains, and someone here has 20 stains. And so we go in for a competition, and later on we find out that I have only 1 stain, and the other person has 10 stains. So who's the winner? Who's the winner? Think, who's the winner? Again, I have 2 when I started, and now I have 1. The other one had 20 when they started, and now they have 10. So who's the winner? Who's done more work? I had 2, and in all these years I was able to clean only 1 sanskar. And the other person had 20, and they were able to change 10 sanskars of themselves. So it will always be in reference to who I am. Who I am, and it's my journey. And most important is we would need to check our meditation every day in action. Because we've said this is my meditation time and this is my day-to-day action time. And so we meet a lot of people who say, I'm very peaceful while meditating. We can switch off the screen. We don't need the screen. So everyone feels peaceful while meditating. Did you notice that you immediately shifted towards the screen? And that's why in a program like this, never have screens. Because it is these screens which are affecting our meditation. It is these screens which are affecting our vibrations. Because we've got so addicted to them that we can be next to each other and yet prefer to look at the screen. And as a meditator, I will have to master my mind that there can be screens all around. And yet, my eyes don't have to go like this. So meditation means mastering my mind, mastering karam indriya, my sense organs, not while I'm meditating, but in action. In action, in a crisis, in a problem, that's where I will know where I have reached in my meditation. If I am peaceful while meditating, but stressed during the day, then I'm far away. I'm very far away. So meditation is not about feeling peaceful while meditating. Why would be stressed while meditating? Obviously we'll be peaceful. But meditation means peaceful while in a crisis. Meditation means being compassionate when the other person is being rude and mean and insulting you. Meditation means forgiving even if the other person has cheated you, betrayed you. So that is meditation. So meditation is creating the power for me to be able to bring out those beautiful divine sanskars of the soul in action. So every single day, we will learn that where was I yesterday, where was I last year, the graph has to go this way. In a world where the spiritual health, emotional health graph is going 2024, every time I do a public event, which could range from 100 to 1,000 to sometimes even bigger numbers. And I just ask one question. I just did that this morning also. Now it's become my favorite question, just to see where the world is. And I only ask one question. Kisko khushi chahiye? Who wants happiness? And I wish I could show you a video. They don't pause for 1 second to even think, okay, whether I want or whether I don't want, or everybody's looking at me. Should I raise my hand? Should I not raise my hand? Every single person there will just go like this. I want happiness. I want peace. I want love. So that is the collective consciousness of the planet right now, which means it's just not there in the air. And therefore, there are people who are wanting peace even though there's no problem in their life, not that there's any crisis in their life. And while we were living like this came COVID, and billions of people said COVID means stress, fear, anxiety. COVID got over, but those collective vibrations created by billions of souls in 2 years has shifted the vibration of the planet. And so after COVID, fear is a normal emotion. After COVID, fear, anxiety is coming natural to people without any challenge or crisis in their life. Before COVID also, we would lose a family member, we would go through pain, experience grief, but within a few months, come back to settling. Miss the person for a lifetime, but settled here emotionally. Post-COVID, I'm meeting people after 1 year of having lost someone, 2 years, and they are in pain, crying as if it just happened last week. And they said, I'm not being able to come out of this, which means grief is not settling. So a few years back, in this winter month, I had a very bad throat. I took all medicine possible up to steroid, and it was not getting okay also because of talking throughout the day. And that's when a pulmonologist told me, he said, wait till March. I said, huh, matlab? He said, ye nahi theek hoga abhi, this is not going to settle. I said, why? He said, the air is polluted. So polluted air is not going to allow you to heal. And now I can see that happening emotionally. Polluted air is not allowing people's emotions to heal, whether it's pain, whether it's grief, whether it's fear, post-COVID. Because 2 years all over the planet creating that same vibration was enough to dip the vibration. Now what's the role of meditation? If 2 years, billions of people could dip the vibration of the planet, then a few months, millions of people together can just raise the vibration of the planet. And when we start raising the vibration of the planet, we are not just doing it for ourselves, but our vibrations are becoming a part of the collective vibration of the planet. So if I practice for 10 minutes in one corner in my house, that is changing the vibration of the planet is something I need to remember. So when all over the world everybody is saying, oh, look at what's happened to the world, what are we supposed to do to the world, or who's going to change the world, it's not going to be like this. It has to be I, and only I. And so let's take it out like a worldwide campaign, letting everybody pledge, making a personal commitment, whether they know how to meditate, whether they don't know how to meditate, let them just start sitting in silence for 10 minutes doing nothing. Because right now people don't even sit for 10 seconds doing nothing. Like we just saw there, the attention-seeking phone. How many of us feel we are addicted to the phone? Meditators can't say this. We can't say this. So that addiction, if you see on a red signal, if someone is driving and they get to stop for 30 seconds, they use that 30 seconds to check their phone. So even if we get every school student, every college student, every employee of every organization to just pledge 5 minutes, 10 minutes sitting in silence on a daily basis. And now, since we have the 21st of December day, let's not do it on that day. By that day, let's get the figures of everyone who was ready to do it for at least 6 months. Pledge your 10 minutes to create a peaceful, powerful world. Can't just sit back across the TV screen and say, what a mess the world is. This war is not getting over. This is not getting over. It is terror in our minds which creates terror in the world. It is lust in my mind which will create abuse in the world. It is pain in my mind which will create humiliation in the world. And it's greed in my mind which creates corruption in the world. So even one person chooses to shift, we are shifting the world. And that's why in Hindi it is said, Sankalp se Srishti banti hai. Our thoughts create our world. It's not our world creates our thoughts. Today we are living the other way around. This is the state of the world, so this is how I'm feeling. So first, each one of us who's been practicing it on a daily basis has to start seeing the change. And to be able to create a change, along with meditation, we need to add a few minutes of study of the right way of living. At the Brahma Kumaris, we say we have 4 subjects of study. First is Gyan. Gyan means the knowledge, the wisdom. I'm a soul. First important, soul consciousness to finish ego. And I'm a beautiful, divine, pure, powerful soul. Then, of course, how to think, how to speak, how to behave in every situation. That's Gyan, knowledge. So every single day we are studying 365 days of the year. 365 days of the year, if I inject into my mind the right way of thinking, the right way of speaking, the right way of behaving, automatically it will change my behavior. Second subject, meditation. So internalize the Gyan, meditate to create the power to bring the Gyan into action. Because we know what is right, but we say, but what to do? When the situation came, I reacted. So I don't have the power to implement what I know is right. So Gyan tells me what is right to do. Meditation will give us the power to implement that right. Third subject becomes dharana, which means now that becomes your personality. I cannot say I meditate daily, and then while in action, I'm getting stressed, I'm reacting, I'm getting angry, I'm getting hurt, then I don't have a right to say to the world I meditate daily. They will say, Achha, even after meditating, if you're like this, I'm also like this, fine, why should I sit 10 minutes every day? So we have to become that ambassador of meditation through our practical lifestyle, wherever we are. We are working, we are traveling. Nowadays, if you see at the airports, people scream, shout, abuse, they can react for any little thing that's happening. There you be there, that meditator, just radiating that peace and calm in the flight. And just being there is telling people, I need to shift. They will learn that how can this one person be so peaceful in all this chaos here? So we cannot always talk about meditation. We will have to be that practical example of meditation in the world. Because people otherwise don't know why they should take out 10 minutes. Because if you tell someone, sit for 10 minutes, they say, I have so much to do in 10 minutes. Why should I just sit like this? Because there is a time crisis going on the planet. Everybody is very busy. So we will have to live that meditation lifestyle. So the third subject is dharana, the inculcation of it in my lifestyle. And the fourth subject is seva. Who we are automatically radiates to the world. So automatically radiates to the world. So it starts with Gyan, with Yoga, with Dharana, and with Seva. And if these 4 subjects we take care of, then we shift in our personality from ego consciousness, role consciousness, relationship consciousness, religion consciousness, nationality consciousness, to soul consciousness. We want the world to be one family. It's not possible till we practice soul consciousness, because always there will be barriers otherwise. But I am a soul, you are a soul, we are one family. No barrier of anything that's acquired. Those are all important, but they are my roles. That is not I. That's not I, that is mine. So when we practice all 4 together, then we are not meditating few minutes a day, then we are living a meditative lifestyle. So the need of the hour is a meditative lifestyle. Not just few minutes daily. Because the vibration is dipping. And so if I don't take care of it throughout the day, that vibration will influence me and I will not be that peaceful self. And if I'm not my peaceful self during the day, then tomorrow morning when I sit for meditation, there'll be a lot of clutter here. So my tomorrow morning's meditation is dependent on how my today's been. If today I was able to handle every scene very peacefully, calm, and then most important to meditate before going to sleep. Everyone says it's very important to meditate in the morning. Very important. But to have good meditation in the morning, meditate at night. Which means before going to sleep, clean the clutter. If there was any reaction during the day, forgive, seek forgiveness, settle any karmic baggage of the day so that it doesn't go into the subconscious. If it goes into the subconscious, then tomorrow morning when I sit for meditation, all those thoughts will pop up there. And then I may sit for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I'm still not being able to make my mind still because there was so much noise in the night on my mind, which during my sleep just got processed even more. So if we silence our mind in the night before going to sleep, then in the morning it's easy. And then taking care during the day. Another thing that we do at the Brahma Kumaris, which is very powerful, is 1 minute meditation every hour. 1 minute every hour. It's called the traffic control of the mind. So we have an app, and after every 1 hour, there will be 60 seconds of music, and wherever we are, whatever we are doing, having a meal, in a conversation, in a meeting, except for when we are driving, we will always stop. Always stop. And take that 1 minute, again go back to that stage like, I am a divine soul. Bring yourself in that sthiti and just stay there for 1 minute. And that effect of that 1 minute lasts for a lot of minutes in the next 1 hour. And when we are again going back to the ordinary stage, and it's time for that next 1 minute. So it's like charging your phone in the morning. Earlier we used to charge our phone in the morning, and by the end of the day it was. But now, because we're using the phone so much, so we carry our power banks with us. So we charge in the morning, keep charging during the day. Anywhere, at the airport, in the mall, in a restaurant, even if we find a charger somewhere for 5 minutes, we charge our phone. How many of us do that? Charge wherever we get that plug there. So that's traffic control of the mind. Meditating in the morning, but every hour taking that 1 minute pause, meditating again, so that by the end of the day, the state of the mind is the same or even higher than during the day. And then meditate in the night before going to sleep is very important. Like many of us take a shower before we go to sleep, so that all the clutter of the day, it's all just cleansed off. Similarly, shower here. Very important. And that will give us deep sleep in less number of hours. In an age and world where everybody is talking about sleeping longer, especially all doctors telling us to sleep 8-9 hours. 4-5 hours is more than enough on a daily basis. We don't need more than that, obviously, provided we are sleeping deep. And if I really want to work on my mind, there's one aspect which needs to be taken care of, and that's the food we eat. Now medically proved, spiritually we know it since thousands of years. In Hindi it's called Jaisa Ann, Vaisa Man. In English we say you are what you eat. But that you are what you eat is not getting understood because we thought this is the body. So we thought you are what you eat means this body is becoming what I eat. So in Hindi the line is right ke Jaisa Ann, Vaisa Man hota hai, which means what I eat is going to become the state of my mind. And now doctors are talking about the gut and mind connection. So as is the health of the gut, so will be the state of the mind. So in order to create peace and calm here throughout the day, my food plays an extremely important role. If I am having a diet which is a different energy, so obviously very strictly vegetarian diet, not a diet which has pain, not a diet which has violence, not a diet which has somebody's grief, someone's crying. That cannot be our food. So a vegetarian diet, but more than vegetarian diet also. So vegetarian is not enough only. Nowadays, we're too much into the culture of eating out. Eating out is a very different vibrational food. Because imagine where food is being cooked for profit, first of all. So the fundamental energy is for profit, it's not for nutrition. And second, it's being cooked in a hurried manner. We want to create a still mind, and we are eating food cooked in a hurried manner. It will clash with us. So the best thing is, as far as possible, unless we are traveling, eat only home-cooked food. And food cooked in a silent mind. So at the Brahma Kumaris, our big focus is meditation while cooking. While cooking is fundamental at our place, fundamental. So even if we have a campus where we get about 25,000-30,000 guests, and they will stay there for a week, 10 days. Even if the number increases, only those who meditate accurately on a daily basis are allowed to cook. There was nothing that will come from outside, whether it's bread, whether it's biscuit, whether it's ice cream, whether it's anything. Everything is cooked within the campus. Another experiment that what we are doing nowadays, it's called yogic kheti, which means meditative agriculture. So meditation in the farms. So the farmers are taught how to meditate. They will first meditate with the seed. And then they meditate in the farm 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening, daily basis. And of course, the Ministry of Agriculture is looking into it all. The produce, the color, the size, the taste, but most important, the feel. It's like a difference how you get a vegetable from your own garden and vegetables from the market. Is there a difference? Why should there be a difference? Because you've done it with more love, that care. So it is the vibration of the plant which changes. So while growing, the vibration of the plant will change, but all of us can't get our own grown vegetables, but we can take care of while cooking. While cooking, we can take care. So meditation while cooking is extremely important. Very silent state of mind, playing some soothing meditation music, meditating while cooking. And then what we do after the meal is ready, we will take a little sample of everything that's been cooked, go and sit in the meditation room, focused meditation, 10 minutes at least with the food. And then go back and add that to the rest of the meal. Goes on to the dining table, food is in the plate, everyone individual meditation before they start eating. So there is a step of how the food has to finally reach the gut and influence the mind. No screen while eating. It's meditative cooking, meditative eating. So no screen while eating, and no, ideally silence while eating. Ideally, silence while eating. But if not, then only high vibrational words, just remembering that my food is absorbing every word spoken on this table. And whatever word the food absorbs, that will become my predominant thought. So right from who's cooking to how it's being cooked and then how it's being eaten is going to affect our meditation. So sometimes when we say I'm doing, but I'm not able to really do it with full concentration, because it's not just meditation, there are a lot of other dimensions to the state of mind. So what we watch, read, listen, eat, drink, all this is going to influence our state of mind. We never have a glass of water without pausing at least 30 seconds to meditate with it. Because the water has the vibration of the city. In Hindi it is said, "Kaun se shahar ka pani peete ho?" Right? What is the meaning of that line? Which city water do you drink? Because the water has the vibration of the city. Now we know the vibration of every city. So if I just pick up a glass of water and drink like this, I'm consuming stress, I'm consuming anger, I'm consuming pain. So COVID, the emotion also got absorbed by the water on the planet. And then that water is being had by everybody. So water, just take a 30-second pause. Hold your glass of water. Just say 2-3 nice high vibrational words to your water and say, I'm a divine being, I'm a powerful being, I'm a calm in every situation. Change the energy. That is converting water to amrit, food to prasad. So that is meditation. So very little simple 30-second, 1-minute steps. These are all part of the meditative journey. So that then while in action, there is no influence on us which can actually pull us down, but we can raise our vibration and radiate that vibration and influence the vibration of the planet. So what we watch, read, listen. So anyone who's on this journey cannot consume low vibrational content. Last entire 10 days has been only conversation about content creation, right? But we've all just put the finger out there and said, how can content creators do this? Question is, how are content consumers not choosing right? Why are content consumers not choosing right? If a content consumer chooses right, why is the creator going to create anything like that? So we really can't put the finger out there like that every time. The more we consume it, the more they create it, the more they create it, the more we consume it. So, meditation will not be effective till I am choosing the right content. So high vibrational content only, leave alone low vibrational, not even ordinary content. Because anything that's going inside me is becoming a part of my thought process. And if I consume turbulent content, my mind will not be still. My mind will not be silent. And I will not have that power to be able to radiate that vibration to the planet. So sankalp se srishti banti hai. Our thoughts create our world. The world is waiting for the world to change. But everybody is just waiting for the world to change. We can all become the instruments to create that change. And all that we have to do is create the change in one person. Only one person. So when I change myself, I'm contributing to changing the world. Thank you.
Would you like to have?
One more minute.
I'm not taking a break.
It'll take a few
Ask them
minutes
to.
now.
Is Eric there? Ask them to play a video. What is the thing?
We didn't play the video.
Easy come.
It's alright. Things. इसमें 5 मिनट लग जाएंगे. People will be out for 5 minutes at least.
I will play some video. Is that come? Then who is the next? What's the next one after that?
Is the panel.
Okay.
Panel discussion, positive social change through meditation. Yeah, so this is next. This session. And then it's supposed to be meditation.
Has it come?
We were supposed
Ask to play PSSM video. You're going to play.
A moment when you feel distant.
Can
a
we have
moment
the
when
PSSM video, please? Can we have the PSSM video, please? Thank you. Sir has come, so we'll wait. Thank you, friends.
PSSM was founded by Dr. Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji in 1990. As a pivotal force in the global New Age spiritual revolution, PSSM is dedicated to spreading the fundamentals of meditation, spiritual realities, and spiritual science to one and all. PSSM began as the Kurnool Spiritual Society in Andhra Pradesh, India. Today, it has blossomed into a vast network of thousands of independent and autonomous not-for-profit spiritual trusts, pyramid spiritual societies, and pyramid meditation centers. With millions of active members and volunteers across every state in India and over 60 plus countries worldwide, PSSM continues to create exponential impact. A man of the masses, teaching the common person the most simplified tool for self-empowerment, meditation, Brahmarshi Patriji paved the way for a new world by sharing the simple yet powerful statements. Your breath is your guru and be a master. His vision, Dhyan Jagat, Shakahar Jagat and Pyramid Jagat, that is, a meditative world, a vegetarian world and a pyramid world. He is a flute player himself and encourages music at all events and meditation centers for meditation. Demystifying the paradoxical and complex meditation sciences and karmic laws with simple, easy to adopt universal principles such as reading right spiritual books, Swadhyaya, sharing meditational and spiritual experiences with all those interested, Sajjan Sangatya, practicing ahimsa by adopting a plant-based diet, Shakahara. All those who interacted with him were transformed inside out by his presence. PSSM is a non-religious, non-cult, non-profit, spiritual scientific movement that welcomes genuine seekers from all walks of life. Its core message is profound. We are not merely physical entities experiencing random existence. We are eternal energy, consciousness, and wisdom, constantly creating and shaping our reality. We realize the divinity within us through 4 simple practices. Using our breath to practice Anapanasati meditation or breath mindfulness meditation, harnessing pyramid energy for meditation, understanding the essential teachings of spiritual masters from around the world, embracing plant-based living, and showing compassion towards our younger brothers, that is, the entire animal kingdom. The activities of PSSM revolve around promoting Anapanasati meditation, an ancient and simple technique of mindful breathing. Across India, thousands of meditation workshops and classes are held at pyramid centers, public spaces, towns, and villages, all free of cost as a service to humanity. To facilitate meditation practices, PSSM has established hundreds of meditation centers across India. Many centers feature indoor and outdoor pyramids designed to amplify meditation energy. The crown jewels of these pyramids include the Maitreya Buddha Pyramid in Pyramid Valley International near Bengaluru and the Maheshwara Maha Pyramid in Patriji Shakti Sthal near Hyderabad, which can accommodate thousands of people. PSSM organizes numerous large-scale meditation events in dozens of major cities and countless towns across India. These camps provide immersive experiences for spiritual seekers to deepen their practice and connect with like-minded individuals. Every October, PSSM conducts North India's largest meditation congregation at India's spiritual capital, Rishikesh, called Mahayog Dhyan Kumbh. And every December, PSSM conducts its grand spiritual gathering, Dhyan Mahayagam. This inspiring event, held in Patriji Shakti Sthal, Telangana, attracts hundreds of thousands of meditators. Beyond meditation, PSSM promotes vegetarianism through awareness rallies and campaigns, highlighting the importance of compassionate living. PSSM regularly publishes and distributes spiritual literature containing the wisdom and experiences of world's masters. This is a core part of the practice to encourage reading of books. Hundreds of books in English, Hindi, Marathi, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil and other Indian languages were published to date, and this Swadhyaya Yoga continues. Additionally, over a dozen monthly and bi-monthly periodicals are also published regularly, including Dhyan Jagat in Telugu, Pyramid Dhyan Jagat in Hindi, Spiritual India, Spiritual Science and Buddha CEO, all in English. Much work is being carried out in the field of literature by PSSM, and great contributions are being made in the field of New Age spiritual science. To promote wisdom and experiences, PSSM runs an exclusive TV channel, Pyramid Meditation Channel, alongside more than 30 YouTube channels in various languages, reaching out to more than 50 million people worldwide. These platforms serve as a treasure trove of spiritual wisdom and experiences, making PSSM teachings accessible to everyone, everywhere. PSSM remains steadfast in its mission to spread meditation, pyramid energy, spiritual science and vegetarianism across the globe. Lakhs of dedicated pyramid masters are tirelessly working to share this wisdom with the world. PSSM has endeavored to make focused platforms for different sections of people for greater interaction. Few of them include Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation, which provides awareness and teachings of meditation to leadership in corporates and governments with a scientific voice, and organizes global and regional conferences of meditation leaders. Spiritual Tablets Research Foundation trains counselors that prescribe plant-based living, meditation, and spiritual reading as the alternate healing modality for healing ailments. PSSM Global is the international wing of PSSM to take meditation worldwide in global languages. PSSM Global unites seekers worldwide and organizes international meditation summits called Mega Meditation Summit in USA to aid in planetary healing. Pyramid Spiritual Science Academy offers certificate and PG diploma courses in meditation and yoga sciences. It has published basic spiritual science textbooks for school children. Indian Federation of Spiritual Scientists has been promoted by PSSM to exchange the research findings among spiritual scientists in India. PSSM has formed the Pyramid Party of India to educate people on the aspects of enlightened governance through the electoral process. PSSM SWAG, Save Water and Go Green, an environmental initiative, emphasizes sustainable living and ecological consciousness through awareness campaigns and action-driven programs. For those seeking spiritual truth and harmony, PSSM extends a warm and guiding hand. Together, let us usher in a world of spiritual science, wisdom, and harmony. Join us as we create a brighter future for humanity. Visit us to learn more and be a part of this incredible journey.
Moving forward, friends, as we are discussing, exploring meditation being simple, scientific, and universal, we have yet another power talk, Oneness Consciousness Through Dhyan by Sri Chanchalpati Dasa. Can you hear me okay? His Grace Chanchalpati Dasa is the Vice Chairman and Co-Mentor of Global Hare Krishna Movement and President of Vrindavan Chandrodaya Mandir. He's also Senior Vice President of ISKCON, Bangalore, and Vice Chairman of Akshaya Patra Foundation. While an undergraduate student at PSG College of Technology, he became interested in the message and mission of Srila Prabhupada. Later, in humanity, he led the creation of Little Krishna, a world-class animation series on Krishna's childhood pastimes. A very warm welcome, sir. Please, if I can have you here. Hare Krishna. Welcome, sir. Would you like to have a seat? And please, this way. Let me know if you need anything.
No, I should be conscious of time, isn't it? How much time do I have?
Let me check.
नमा ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thanks to dear Kartikeyanji, thanks to the organizers to give me an opportunity to share some thoughts about meditation with all of you. It's a fact, today we live in a very, very unprecedented times. We have all learned that how the Industrial Revolution took many decades or even centuries to bring about change in human society and human behavior. But we are witnessing the digital revolution, which is normally an industrial revolution would take 100 years. The digital revolution has compressed that to probably a year or two. So it's a fact that we are in unprecedented times in the history of humanity. There is so much information that's available to people, and we see that information flowing through the small gadget that we hold in our hand, carry in our pockets, everywhere. But it is also sad that this overwhelming information and access to information is not always having only beneficial effect. Some months ago, I was talking to one counselor in Bangalore, and he told me that a lot of young people come to him, young people who are very adept in using social media, and they have thousands and lakhs and probably even millions of followers, friends, and fans. But they come to him with depression and feeling loneliness. I heard another senior advocate telling that in the metros in our country, in the family courts in the metros, the number of divorce cases are increasing. So we have so much technology, and because of the good work of the government, the affluence is increasing. But if all of this is not resulting in welfare and happiness of human beings, there is something seriously missing. This is what spirituality can provide. Now, when we talk about spirituality, when Krishna was discussing this in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says something, idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave jnana vijnana sahitam yagnatva mokshyase ashubhat. Krishna tells in the Gita that what he is conveying to Arjuna has two aspects called jnana, another is vijnana. Jnana is theoretical knowledge and vijnana is realized knowledge. Say for instance, I read in a book about America. I learn about, so this is American, the country called America, this is how people live there, etc. Now I am full of theoretical knowledge. Now I get a ticket, I get a visa, I go to America, I land there and come out of the airport. Now I see America. That's realized knowledge. In the same way, in spirituality, there is theoretical knowledge. But there is also realized knowledge or experienced knowledge. Another example I'll give you. Suppose I give you a book, Learn Swimming in 30 Days, and you read that book completely, cover to cover, and I can ask you any question. You can answer the question. Now I take you to a swimming pool and push you into the swimming. Will you be able to swim? You read the book so well. You have mastered the book. No. There is another method. There is another aspect of learning swimming which you won't get simply by reading a book. Spirituality is like that. For that knowledge to sublimate and mature into realization, there is something called sadhana, and meditation is one of the important aspects of sadhana. Hence, if we don't have meditation, if we don't have sadhana, all of that gyan will remain as just theoretical knowledge. Experienced knowledge is very important, because we are constantly experiencing different realities of life, and we all have to experience one ultimate reality of life called the end of our life, when we have to face death. That's not a theoretical concept. It's a real concept which everyone has to face, really. And hence, we have to be equipped with right knowledge and understanding about what is it. All of this is part of spirituality. In fact, meditation takes multiple forms in our traditions. Here, chanting and hearing mantras is one aspect of meditation. A silent contemplation on something divine is another. Chanting Omkara is another. Or maybe even just silence to calm and quieten the disturbed mind is another. So it takes multiple forms, but it is that meditation that is very, very important. I was reading just before coming here last few days about, the purpose of meditation, and the organizers here, they have such an important objective. Talking about emotional wellness of people. Thinking about kindness and compassion and empathy for others. How to face negativity. No one can avoid negativities in this world. Everyone's life is full of challenges. Whether somebody is a rich person or a poor person, a powerful person or a common man, famous person or an obscure person, everyone's life is full of challenges. How to face these challenges? How to be resilient? There will be reversals in life. There will be things that we don't wish to happen, will happen to us. How will we face all these things? These are real world problems. That spirituality, enriched with spiritual practices like meditation, enables us and empowers us to face all these things in a positive way, and how to handle these things and be unaffected. How does this work? One important aspect of spiritual learning is we all have a relation with the Supreme, and we must discover, understand, appreciate, and experience that relationship. Not just theoretically learn about it. And that divine, supreme being is so caring for us. No one can deny. Just see, for instance, we have a bottle of water. Now we pay a certain amount for this bottle of water. Actually, when you pay for the water, somebody who did the bottling, somebody who made the bottle, somebody who collected the water, transported it, the supply chain, everybody got their money, including government. They took some tax. But when the water was picked up from the reservoir, it was picked up free of cost. That is God's gift. God has made such an elaborate arrangement for the water to get evaporated from the ocean and come in the form of a rain and make streams and reservoirs and ponds and fill all of them so that we will have pure distilled water. Every moment we need air. Many of you would have experienced this, I'll tell you. Sometimes when you go in the flight, and sometimes an overzealous captain or the first officer, whatever they are called, pilot, sometimes they say, we are now flying 30,000 feet above mean sea level. And the external temperature is minus 16 degrees. But we are maintaining the cabin temperature at 25 degrees for your comfort. You know, once I heard this kind of an announcement, I looked out of the window, bright sunlight. I was wondering, bright sunlight there, and he's saying minus 16 degrees. And the aircraft lands a few minutes or hours later, and then outside temperature is 25 degrees, 30 degrees, whichever part of the country you are in. So, up there, 30,000 feet, there is sunlight, there is no temperature there. But when you land here, there is temperature. Why is it? Because from science we understand there is a blanket of atmosphere, and in that atmosphere there is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is one of the greenhouse gases. It has the ability to capture sun heat and retain it. And up there at 30,000 feet, there is no atmosphere, or it is rarefied, and hence there is no carbon dioxide, and hence it is not able to keep the temperature there. It is at minus 16 degrees there. And why do we have atmosphere here? It is because of gravity. Gravity is holding the atmospheric blanket around the earth, and because of that, we all have a reasonable temperature, we all have air to breathe, and we are able to do our life. In fact, and all this is happening because of gravity. And gravity is available free of cost. Anybody is paying gravity taxes, gravity bills in your life? Nobody. Not yet. Okay. Good. The way we are going, what things are happening. Just imagine how we take it for granted, all the gifts of God. If there was no gravity, we will not be able to sit comfortably like this in an auditorium and have a discussion. If there is no gravity, we will all be floating out. And if we go out and somebody taps you, maybe you will be out. Gravity is a very neat arrangement which pulls everything down, and so we are all stuck here, and we are able to organize ourselves on X and Y axis, and we don't have to worry about flying up in the Z axis. And all of this is available free. Now I'll give you another example. Every few hours we all need food. If we skip a meal, if we skip something, how we will become, we have all experienced some kind of hunger sometimes. And for food, you need water, you need air, you need earth, and you need sunlight. All of these are God's gifts to mankind. It is not a creation of a human being. It's not made in an industry. It is not made by the kings and emperors. It's not made by the governments. We all take advantage and mess it up also. But all of this is available free of cost. Just imagine, every morning sun rises and sets and is producing profuse energy because of which we have food and we are able to eat. And what is the sun? Actually, we remember from our high school science, we all remember, there is an isotope of hydrogen combining together to form a helium molecule, and it is releasing enormous amount of energy, and that it's a huge powerhouse just going around, rising, setting. Who made all these? These are arrangements on a cosmic scale. None of us can make. We only take benefit out of it. This is how caring that supreme divine being is about all of us. This is how loving he is. And hence, we must understand about him. We must connect with him. We must relate with him. And the Vedic literatures teach us that we have a relation with him. Just before I walked in, some discussion happened. And so how do we understand God? Is it only a matter of faith? Some kind of discussions came up. And so I was telling them, you see, it is like this. We need the help of the Shastra, the Vedic literatures, or any other religious literature that is available traditionally in different parts of the world. The Vedic literatures say that the Vedic literatures are prakashamanaha. Say for instance, if all the lights go off in this room and we come walk inside, we will be groping, isn't it? There are many things here in this room. Seats are there, steps are there. And I have the eyes to see, but if there is no light, I cannot see anything. And usually when you walk into your dark room, what do? You feel the wall and turn on the switch and the light comes on. And then you can see. In the same way, we may have in the human form of life, we have the ability to grasp all these spiritual concepts. And there are spiritual realities and truths to be understood. But if we don't have the light of the Vedic literatures, we will not be able to see, even though we have the ability to see. This is the position of the Vedic literatures. So, with the help of the Vedic literatures, we must understand the relationship that we have with the divine, and this is not just a theoretical thing, this is something that can be experienced. Krishna uses one expression in the Gita, pratyaksha avagamam. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya, Pavitramidam Uttamam, Pratyaksha Avagamam Dharmyam Susukum Kartum Avyayam. Pratyaksha Avagamana means to understand, to comprehend. Pratyaksha Avagamana means to comprehend by direct perception. Just like Pratyaksha means like I am seeing all of you, you can see me. It is Pratyaksha. In that way we can experience the spiritual reality. But it requires a sadhana, it requires meditation, it requires a process. Otherwise, it will just remain theoretical knowledge. Now the Vedic literatures point out that divine, we have a relation, and it is an eternal relation. You see, in every life we have a father. In our previous life also we had a father and mother. Do we know who they are? We in our previous life also we would have had husband, wife, children, father, mother, home. Anything we know about it? Something happens in life called the death. And we are shifted out of this situation to another situation. And we don't even have a memory of that previous situation. So all the relationships that we experience here are temporary. They are not unreal, they are temporary. We think it is permanent and we invest so much in it. That is unreal. That is the illusion. So, the divine arrangement is that we get an experience of relationship, but these are all temporary relationships. And the Vedic literature say our relation with the Supreme is an eternal relation. And it is a loving relation. And when that relationship is awakened and experienced, it is an ecstatic experience. And our relationship is eternal, loving, ecstatic, and it is an intimate relation with that Supreme Being. It's an exhilarating experience. And if someone can feel that in experience, understand it and experience that, and that way, if our life is molded in such a way that I must understand that spiritual reality, all these other difficulties that we will come across in this world, we will know how to face it. That will never be an issue. Oh, I lost something, something else happened, some reversal happened. That's okay. My goal in life, we should be charged by that goal. I must discover that spiritual reality, and I must understand that and experience that relationship which the Vedic literatures are promising. In fact, every spiritual literature, every religious literature is promising this. Don't be attached to all these things. There is a Father in the kingdom of God. We must all reach out to Him. We must give our heart and love to Him. And we must do our duties here. Now, don't get me wrong. That, okay, all these things, some husband will tell, now I learned something from the Prabhu in the meditation session. All of you are not important for me. No. We have a duty to perform. We have a love to develop with the Supreme. Not develop, revive. It's already there. It is to be revived. But we are doing the opposite. We are so attached to all the relationships, and dutifully we do something there. It should be the other way. We should be very dutiful to all the responsibilities and roles we have to play here. But we should cultivate spiritual knowledge and spiritual processes, sadhana, like meditation, and develop our relation with the Supreme and come to the point of experiencing it and what the literatures, Vedic literatures promise. I'll close by saying one small thing, but a very important thing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a great saint who appeared in West Bengal about 500 years ago, and he traveled around the country walking 500 years back. That was the only way. And he kept teaching people. And he taught one method of meditation. It is one of the different methods that are available. And the method that he taught was called mantra meditation. So, as followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is a meditation on the mantra. We chant and hear the sacred vibration of the mantra. And by doing this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, our love of Krishna is awakened. So, this is the sum and substance. Meditation may take many forms, but it is important to practice this meditation and develop another kind of a learning, another dimension of development. We are all very conscious. Our children eat good food so that they will have physical well-being. We send them to good school and college so that there is mental and intellectual well-being. There is also a spiritual well-being that we have to care for ourselves and for others and for humanity. And when we lack that spiritual well-being, and when that spiritual well-being is neglected, we will have all kinds of problems. So, as world changes and as new technologies, new opportunities emerge, while we continue to explore and embrace all of them, let us also develop the spiritual culture, spiritual knowledge, spiritual awareness, spiritual reality. Let us be connected with that. And that way, even though radical changes come about in life, we will be grounded to reality, and we will have a more enriched, more positive life that we can share with everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. If we can have Karthikeyan sir please on the stage. Thank you. And Singhal sir please. Thank you, sir.
I kept my time, I guess.
Yes, you did great. Thank you very
She
much.
told me I should keep time, and I said yes. We'd love to hear you more.
Thank you. If we can have Mr. Aaron back on the stage, we would love to share the token of our gratitude. And will Mr. P.S. Singh please on the stage?
Okay, friends. We're coming to a final segment. We'll do a short 10-minute meditation. Then should we have a tea break or continue and complete it? Tea break, please raise hands. So we'll do 10 minutes meditation, but we'll give a very short tea break. And then we will start here. But then post that we have if yesterday evening you liked the panel, we have a very important panel. If you like the panel, so we have a panel here today. And also have some youngsters come and share their experiences. Then we go into the closing. All right, friends? So this could be our last meditation. So relax yourself. I would like us to go into a quick meditation. With your eyes closed, dear friends. Meditation slide, please. Meditation slide. There at the AV desk. With your eyes closed, dear friends. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Dear friends, dear masters, we are going into powerful group meditation with your eyes closed. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Be with your breath. When you observe your breath, your mind slowly becomes empty. As your mind is becoming empty, allow yourself experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you. inside of you, all around you, as you merge into your breath. All emptiness is energy. When you empty your mind of thought, you move away from matter. You experience that energy, the quantum field of all connection, the field of limitless potentiality. cultivate optimism means to becoming free from the past. The more you are with it, the more you become a giver. To give is to truly receive. We are loved when we love ourselves. We are blessed when we bless ourselves. We become leaders when we choose ourselves. Final 2 minutes. Merge into your breath and allow yourself to stay connected to this energy, to that emptiness of no body. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, the more open you become. Okay, dear friends, recollect your experiences from this session. Recognizing the great new future is unfolding for every one of us, for everyone around. Whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then we'll open your eyes.
Okay, friends, we'll have a quick break for all of you. We have an amazing panel for social change. So please be sure to be back in the auditorium by 5 p.m. And So enjoy your 15 minutes break, and we'll see you all back at 5 p.m. Thank you.